Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I had the wrong music on tonight. That's no good. Oh, and the video has its own built-in music. I'm not sure if I like that or not. But I do love the video. I hope you like it. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Let's see what we got here tonight. HSD. Is that somebody else? I'm not sure who HSD is. I feel like I know you, HSD, but welcome in, HSD 3151. Andrea. Welcome in, Andrea. Hope you're having a good night. Nutty. Good to see you, Nutty. Docta Fill in chat. See you soon. That's right. Grateful Life. Good to see you. Fiona's mom. Welcome in. Oh, and before I finish welcoming everybody in, let me also say I have an update on Foodie's legal situation. I got it off Kiwi Farms, like just before I went live. That's why I was running a little bit late. So yes, I have an actual update. So yes, I'm very excited to share that with you. Happy Docta Fill Wednesday. Like I said, my nose is just like every week. My nose has been just a little bit stuffy. There's lots of pollen here. One moment, please. Whew. Yeah, there's a lot of pollen out here. Oh, and also let me say thank you to everybody who's come in already early. Everyone, please be sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying this content. Be sure to click that subscribe bell if you'd like to be notified of future streams. Thank you to all of the chatters, all of the lurkers, everybody watching the replay as well. You're all very much appreciated and make this show possible. All right, let's off for a second here. Okay, so let's finish with welcoming everyone in. Nutty, good to see ya. Capricorn NJ, welcome in, friend. Elizu, good to see ya. Got a new picture there. Let's see who else is in here. Bunch of people are in here early tonight. Hippie Easter, good to see ya. Thank Fupa is hilarious. Saving Nation, good to see ya. Shark's mouth isn't big enough? Well, I'm just gonna have to take a small bite. Oh, geez, Hippie Easter, I'm sorry to hear that. No, hearts in the chat for Hippie Easter. I know what that's like. That stinks. Panic at the bingo. Love that name. Welcome in, Panic. Hey, y'all. Fallen Angel 69, great to see ya. Hannah 2276, good evening. You like my poll? Welcome in, JV. Good to see you. Oh, you do as well, Lizu? Yeah, I was having some. I got to go see a dentist myself actually pretty soon. So it's morning here, Andrea. Well, good morning then, Andrea. You're way over in Australia, I think, right? All right. I think we got mostly everybody welcomed in. Rose Thorn React. Good to see you, Rose Thorn. If one of my mods would be kind enough to link Rose Thorn's channel. Rose Thorn does reactions herself. She also does videos. She does tarot readings, covering a lot of your favorite girl worlders, especially Foodie and some other stuff. So yes, if one of my mods could be good enough to put in a link to her channel, definitely go check her out if you that sounds appealing to you. Oh yes, you are hearing something. That is the noise from the video. Maybe it's you. Hopefully it isn't. All right. Anyway, so let's get started. Let's get started. I've taken so long to welcome everybody in, but let's get started. All right. So first things first, there's an update, not just on Foodie, and I have a poll going on if anybody wants to vote. But I have an update on the cats, on the kittens. I actually have that. So let me show you that. Add it to the stage here. This is from Pause, Kuwait. I got this off of, but courtesy of Kiwi Farms. Hopefully there's I don't think there's any audio on this, but here's the cats. Hopefully you can see that. And since there's no volume on this, I'll just share a little up. So for anybody not aware, Foodie Beauty in Kuwait recently took a kitten from its mother while it was very small and still nursing. This, of course, angered a local cat charity, and then she tried to raise money for the cat, in quotes, for the cat, really for herself, and kept most of the money. But even if she did give it to the cat, turns out that in Kuwait, you need to get a license from the government in order to raise money for a charity, even if you're doing it as a third party. If anybody wants to get more in detail, I would encourage you to go watch my episode from last week. I went into a tremendous amount of detail. If you are already caught up and you saw last week's episode or you caught up from elsewhere, let me give you what the new information. So here is an update on the cats themselves. Little Bruce, Mama, and his siblings are doing very well. So I think that's really great news. You know, we get so caught up talking about Foodie and wanting to make sure that, you know, something is done so that she can't keep doing this kind of thing. But let's not forget that, you know, there's innocent victims here, these kitties. So looks like they are doing really, really well. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Bruce Almighty, because he's gotten a lot done. He's had a lot of very powerful. Welcome in, Loke Dog. Good to see you again. It's been a little while. Yeah, they do look so good, don't they, Nutty? And my apologies if I miss anybody's chat. Just be sure to type it again and at me, and hopefully I'll see it. So yes, let's see. Let me put in some more information. So I also have some updates beyond just video of the cats. So let me put in the updates of the legal information that I have. And these were and these were translated from Mo Translates. She has a YouTube channel, but she doesn't really post on there. She has an Instagram where she posts more often. I don't have the link handy, but if anybody has Instagram, go look up Mo Translates, M-O space translates. And that's where, that's the woman who translated these documents. So let me just, for the sake of posterity, let me put one of the documents up here just so you can see it. This is one of the originals. So let me actually post the documents here. One second. All right, this is a translation. Okay. I don't personally go on Twitter. I don't actually have a Twitter account. I mean, I'm not opposed to going on Twitter. I probably should go on once in a while, but I don't really use it. Okay. So yeah, let me read this for you folks, so I can catch all you up. Oh, and also let me. I always forget to put this up because YouTube, and it shouldn't be that much longer. It's been an issue, but it's been temporarily been at my what do you call monetization temporarily suspended. But you can always use the Cash App. I don't have a what do you call a PayPal set up at this time, but I do have the Cash App. If anybody's interested, donations are always appreciated, never required. But I did want to let people know that while the monetization is temporarily suspended, the Cash App is always still available. So let's continue here. It's not the only source, but it's probably the most convenient source because they consolidate everything in one place. And I like that they attribute where they get the information from. So even though I am finding it on Kiwi, I'm getting it from they're posting it from other sources. You know, they're not claiming to be the originator of it. Well, in fairness, Rose, I don't really want to get into all the nonsense about it. It's really more about paperwork, and hopefully it should be resolved soon. I don't want to complain too much, Fallen Angel. It's annoying, but it's really more of an issue of paperwork than anything. It's not, but you know, we certainly know plenty of people who've been screwed over though. So I don't want to get sidetracked about that. So anyway, yes, let me read the actual document here to you. Let's not get too sidetracked. From Sahra Ali Al-Sakr, legal consultants and lawyers. This name should look familiar to you because this is the same name that we saw last week when we were reviewing the legal documents that were initially filed, the legal complaint. Kuwait, 2025, respected madam, the director of public prosecution. Greetings, presented to you, Kuwaiti national versus Chantal Saral, Kuwaiti national, and Salah al-Din Samir Hassan al-Rafai, Syrian national, redacted, defendants. So first piece of information here that I think is very relevant, Chantal and Salah are both on trial here. This is not just Chantal. Salah is the co-defendant. They're both listed as defendants. There's no delineation between them. They're equally, at least in this initial filing, they appear to be equally liable. So let's continue reading. Subject, complaints of incitement to immorality and debauchery. Wow, that's some strong language. And this is a translation, but this is not Google Translate. This is from Mo Translates, an actual person translating. So I put a little more faith in this translation. But still, it is a translation. So there can be some meaning that gets lost. So just keep that in mind. So yes, incitement to immorality and debauchery and collecting donations, electronic crimes. The complainant is a Kuwaiti citizen. And just to reiterate for anyone who doesn't remember from last week, some basic legal terms, some vocabulary. Complainant is the person who brings the complaint. The defendant is the person who the complaint is against. The complainant is a Kuwaiti citizen. And while she was in her residence located in the area of Al-Mahbula, Block 2, while browsing YouTube, was surprised by the account Foodie Beauty, who was posting requests to collect donations in violation of the law and without a permit. This is what we discussed last week, how you need to have a permit from the government in order to collect donations on behalf of a charity. From my understanding, we'll read a little more, the law for the permits only came into play in the end of April, and no permits have been issued yet. So even though it is legal to have a charity, for a period of time until these permits are issued, nobody's allowed to collect donations, at least I believe. The account also posts clips of a sexual nature that incite debauchery and immorality. Immortality. I think she means immorality. Which the complainant will refrain from mentioning, but you will find all of it on the flash drive attached to the complaint. Wow. So what do you folks have to say to that? That's some strong statements there. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Freedom Deep. Good to see you. Be lurking. Enjoy your lurk, Edna. Make sure I get already welcomed in. Debauchery and not even Kuwaiti, right? Welcome in, Irene K. This is exciting, Jamie. This is exactly what everybody wanted to see. Anybody, if you want to get the update, come on in. I wish I could. I hope YouTube gets me in the algorithm on this. Everybody, be sure to click that like button. Let YouTube know that I've got the goods. I've got the latest updates. And I got these from Kiwi Farms. Just want you to know that. And Kiwi got these from Mo Translates, who got these from Pause Kuwait. So that's the chain of possession on these documents. So let us continue. It shows, you will find it all on the flash drive attached to the complaint. It shows the participation of both defendants in preparing and publishing those clips. Does anybody think that the clip of Salah playing Grand Theft Auto was one of them? Because Grand Theft Auto is one of the few games that is specifically banned by name. I know that there's a general prohibition against immoral games, but Grand Theft Auto is specifically named as a game that is not permitted in the kingdom. In Kuwait, I think it's a kingdom. I'm not really sure, actually. But in the nation of Kuwait, I'll just say. Also, they publish clips of oil fields, which is a violation of the law. In addition, they commit traffic violations and document these cases and publish them on YouTube on the account mentioned above. This woman, if she's not a beezer, she has become a beezer. I don't know how long she's been following Foodie, but she knows everything about her. It hasn't taken very long. I mean, to be fair, a lot of people have clued her in. Since the complainant is Kuwaiti, she is acting in the best interest of this country and all of its citizens. The law encourages all those who live here to report all crimes they witness. Article 200 of the Penal Code also stipulates that anyone who incites a male or a female to commit acts of debauchery or prostitution or assists them in doing so in any way shall be punished with imprisonment for a period not exceeding 1 year and a fine not exceeding 1,000 rupees or either of these two penalties. Somebody on Kiwi Farms was nice enough to explain the reason it says rupees, and they believe that is an anachronism because Kuwait only switched from rupees to dinar as their currency sometime in the not too recent past, like I think 20 or 30 years, like 20 years ago, maybe. So maybe some of the old legal documents still say rupees. That's what they presume it is, at least. If the victim is under 18 years of age, well, the cat is, I mean, in cat years, it's still under 18, right? Even in cat years. The penalty shall be imprisonment for a period not exceeding 2 years. Wow. And a fine not exceeding 1,000 rupees. I'm joking, by the way. When they say 18 years of age, I think they mean human years. I don't think they count for a cat. Article 3 also stipulates imprisonment for a period not exceeding 3 years and a minimum fine of 3,000 dinar and not exceeding 10,000 dinar or one of these two penalties. So this is a little bit hard to interpret here. I've got a feeling it's especially difficult because it's been translated. But this seems like to be a stipulation for victims under the age of 18. And then at the bottom here it says, whomever uses the internet or uses any means of technology to obtain information for themselves or for someone else regarding money, benefit, document, or signature by using a fraudulent method or by using a false name or impersonating another identity to deceive victims is the reason why we are filing this complaint. So, So I guess online fraud, kind of. So yeah, this is pretty serious. They're throwing the book at her. It is a lot, JB. Well, it seems like the cats are pretty healthy. I mean, in fairness. Debauchery, Kidney J, right? Like, this is crazy. I didn't think anything serious would come of this. Low Dog, this is juicy. This is pretty crazy. Elizu played devil's advocate. Yeah, Nutty. I've always said that. I think we've all said that for a while now. That Foodie has been playing with fire. She's in a foreign country. She has to try to respect. He has to respect their law, and she's been just flouting the law literally for years at this point with no consequences whatsoever, and eventually caught up. Good question, Irene. Good point there, Panic. Geez, I don't see now. I don't actually know anything as far as Kuwaiti law, so I'm just talking out of my butt. But my personal opinion, and I repeat, I don't actually know anything about Kuwaiti law, is that Chantal is going to be fined and then kicked out of the country and not allowed to return. And I believe Salah is probably going to be charged with something, but I've got a feeling if Foodie gets, if they're able to get Foodie, they'll probably be able to look the other way, especially if he sells Foodie out. Does anybody think of that? Let me put that out, a theory out there. Does anybody think that Salah might flip on Foodie? That the prosecution's going to say, hey, Salah, you know, we really just want to get Foodie here. We just want to get her kicked out of this country. We want to make an example of this tourist who's come here and embarrassed the country, made a mockery of our laws. Would you be willing to testify against her? Right? Maybe. Correct, Nutty. I mean, that's what I heard as well, I should say. I think that some people have donated money to them from America, have specifically requested to take in the cats and have requested to pay for it. I don't know what exactly is going on, but I know that this is kind of a special case because they have so many people requesting to be involved. So that kind of throws, because there's so many people who are actively involving themselves, that kind of makes this a little bit irregular. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that. Well, Elizu, that's because the permits weren't issued yet. But who's to say when they've been issued? If they've issued the permits in the last week or the last few days or whenever, then they would be able to. But I don't really know the full details on that. I think that makes sense, Capricorn. It makes a lot of sense. Done with the Crazy Frog. Crazy Frog has been euthanized. It's still developing. That's what I'll say about that. I think we got to see more before we say anything, but it's fair to be skeptical. So let me show everybody here. I have more documents here. I have another document here. Let me put this one up. This is another one, also from the same drop of documents. This was included with the other one. This is kind of redundant here, just restating a lot of the same information, a summary of the case itself with the case data it says. There is more on Twitter. If you want, if anybody wants to post some of that stuff from Twitter to me, if it's something like quick, I could just post quickly. Elizu, if you have it, I don't mind sharing it. I mean, I don't want to get too sidetracked, but if it's something juicy, I don't mind posting it up. All right, so let me see what else we got here. Whoops, let me share the screen. Hold on, shared the wrong one. One second, folks. Got to share the screen. All right. Initial status, the plaintiff, subject of case, electronic file, crimes complaint, opponent's name, Chantal Soral. File status, current. Deputy Attorney General to review on 6/12/6. Complaints Department to receive an inventory number. So this just shows that this is pretty recent. On the 12th, it's a day later in Kuwait than it is here. So this literally, or no, excuse me, the 11th. It says right here, this says the 12th. So this is literally happening today. This is happening right now almost. Just earlier, just this morning, this happened. So this is extremely current. If anybody's interested, that's the date. June 12th was the update. June 11th was the filing. Okay, I have one more document. Let me share with you. Let's see. Sarah Ali Al-Sakr, same name as before. Therefore, the complainant submits the current complaint in order to take the necessary legal action against defendants with respect and appreciation of the complainant. This seems like a cover letter. Okay, I think that's what this is. I think this is the cover letter, and the other document was the complaint. This says that it included a copy of the power of attorney, a copy of the complainant's civil ID, a flash drive with the defendant's videos, and photos of the defendant's web account. So this is the cover letter saying what documents were included. Let's see what else we got here. Got any other juicy details? Oh, and we have some updates from either their Instagram or their Twitter. I'm not really sure who. Paul's Kuwait has said that now they're going to be sending things through a different account. I don't remember the exact name of them, but they're going to be using some other means to provide information. That's all that says. Not really too much of an update with that. We got this here. This is the original. And here we go. Here's an interesting one. This is not a show. We're not doing this for attention or drama. This is from Pause Kuwait. We are standing up loud and clear for what was done to our beloved country and our religion. It seems like they're taking this personal because they're pretty upset. This goes beyond just a civil matter. They seem to be very upset with Chantal. We are not pressing charges to please anyone. We are doing this because what she did is deeply offensive, unacceptable, and dangerous. Anyone who does such a thing must be held accountable, no exceptions. We have put ourselves at serious risk. We are receiving death threats. They are telling us to be careful, that they're coming for us. They know where we live and they know how we look. Okay, does anybody think that it's possible those are just trolls? That's not even Foodie's Beezers? Like, Foodie's Beezers are unhinged, and it's possible that they're doing that. I won't say it's impossible, but it's just as likely that those are just trolls who are calling up and pretending to be Beezers, just trying to stir the pot. But we are still here, and we never back down. So somebody is agitating. I think there's the third parties who are agitating for whatever reason. Maybe because they want to produce content. Who's even to say? But somebody is agitating here. There's somebody here agitating. And we have one more post that I will be sharing. Thanks to all our true supporters. You give us strength. And to those who throw hate and negativity at us, thank you too. Because without knowing it, you're pushing us to do even better, to fight even harder. More is coming. Miss Rolla will attend the prosecutors tomorrow. The case is being built with all the evidence and legal support. All right. So that is the extent of the new documents that I have on Foodie. Yeah, you think so too, Freedom? I think so. I mean, that would make sense, Alizu, but they might not be internet savvy. They might just be, emotional, and they might just be upset and just shooting off at the hip. It's possible they're just very upset. I mean, some people take things very seriously. They might be really angry about the insult to the religion, or who's to say exactly what it was that upset them, but they seem to be personally upset by some detail of it. Yeah, I think there's agitators. It just feels like that's a little too much. Well, that's what I'm saying, Alizu. I think maybe that this woman, Samira, or whoever's filing the complaint, she might be personally upset. She might be somebody who's very religious. Maybe she's, who's know exactly what's going on with her, but she might personally be very upset or offended. Right? Let her pay at least the money that she raised. It could be Foodie. That's possible too. Foodie's certainly known to be very impulsive. Tucker, good point. Oh, welcome in, Steady C. And welcome in, Tucker and friends. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Tucker and friends. And that's what I'll say to you, Elizu. I'll say that we don't really know that much yet. I'm going in with this, giving everybody the benefit of the doubt until I see otherwise. I don't know if that's smart or not, but that's my attitude on this. I'm going in here with a very open mind and an open heart, and I'm assuming the best from all the people involved, except for Foodie, of course. I think, that's possible too. Yeah, that with all the controversy about these streamers, these so-called nuisance streamers going to foreign countries and creating problems, Chantal might be seen as their version of a nuisance streamer, and they want to nip this in the bud before any other streamers get the idea to come to their country. Yeah. That too, Panic at the bingo. This might just be some woman who's a volunteer and she's very upset and she's posting whatever comes to her mind, and they don't have a PR person who's carefully going over everything. They just have somebody who's just, wears her emotions on her sleeve and is saying exactly what she feels. You think Foodie's back in Canada already? Maybe. Who's to say? Yep. They might be seeing Foodie as their own version of that. Oh, and Kitty J, if anybody, who's not aware, but Kitty J has a fantastic channel. Definitely be sure to check out Kitty J's channel if you don't already. Kitty J, you're always welcome to throw your link in. I heard that she did 2 cameos, and at first I got interested, but then I found out that the cameos were paid for by reactors. Basically, the reactors didn't have any content for a week, and so they decided they were going to create content by paying Foodie to do a cameo for them. I feel like that kind of crosses the line as a reactor when you're actually paying Foodie money to make content. I feel like that crosses a line. I don't think that's a cameo leaking. I think you're basically supporting Foodie at that point. Yes, I'm not with that. I'm not with paying Foodie to make cameos just so I can have a video to report on. So I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't want to cover those just for that reason. They're artificial. They're not like cameos that were made by Beezers. They were cameos made for reaction channels. So that's just fake. I don't have any interest in that. So that's the story with Foodie this week. Well, I don't know what, I don't want to start, I don't like to be dramatic, but that's just, I encourage anybody just to look it up themselves. There were the two cameos that leaked on the internet that I saw were requested by reaction channels. So I don't want to name other reaction channels because I'm not trying to start drama, but that's what I read. So I'll just leave it at that. No, they do not. They do not. They just show the room that she recorded it in. Okay, so let's go on to topic 2 for the night. And I've got some really interesting updates on GlitterandLazers, and then I have a reaction to Rosie. You know what? I think we should do a little bit of a reaction to Rosie first, because I want to cover some actual video. I don't just want to keep covering these posts. You know what I mean? I think a little bit of video to cleanse the palate. So let me pull that up. I've got some actual video for tonight. Let me pull that up real quick. I feel like we deserve something to cleanse the palate after all this. All right, I think we've got Rosie here, and she's doing what I like to say is pretty much just straight up feeder bait. It's not feeder content, there's a difference. Feeder content is sexualized, is directly sexualized. It's explicit, at least according to Rosie. Want to make sure I differentiate. I don't want anybody to accuse me of being ignorant and not knowing what feeder content is. This is kind of an inside joke if you saw last week's show. So yes, this is QuirkyLoveRosee, QLR. She's basically doing feeder bait, even though she says she escaped feederism. She's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you know, let's see what I mean by the feeder bait that I'm talking about.
Just before Christmas and loved it. It's beautiful on you. Thank you. Love it.
So here she is, getting a plate of food here.
Rosie's looking hot. Oh my God. Thank you guys.
Oh, that is so good, Tucker and Friends. That is so good. In fact, remind me, and after we watch a little bit of Rosie, we'll watch some of that too. We just have so much new content. That's the problem. There's so much new content. But that Thank Fupa's fantastic. Everybody should watch them. I'm glad you like it, Vanek. Yeah, it's the under the water sound, Jamie. That's what it is. The sharks. Yeah, it's the underwater sound. Welcome in, Shelly Daly. Good to see you.
Hello, Mama.
I'm glad you like it, Low Dog.
I did actually, yeah.
You don't Fallen Angel. You are right.
No,
I need to start.
That's fine.
I finally have enough content where I really could do an extra stream this week. I just don't know what day, but I really should try to do one.
So, when I went to Aldi's, I got a Poppy soda. This was $1.99, but I really wanted to try it.
$1.99 for a can of soda, and nothing wrong with treating yourself. But this is the same girl who said she couldn't afford money for weight loss medication. She couldn't afford to get weight loss medication. She couldn't afford to pay her health bills. She's buying $2 cans of soda. That's, you know,
because I've
opportunity cost.
Poppy, Olipop, all of that. The glasses kill it. I'm telling Tom I'm going to Florida vacation.
That would be a sweet.
Thank you, Amanda.
Sweet combo.
Thank you, Lynn. I love this dress. I got this dress actually from Torrid.
And by the way, I said the other week that I would give credit where it's due. Thank you, Rosie, for covering up a little bit. I'm not going to talk crap about your cleavage because you covered it up some. So respect to that. I'll keep my end of the bargain.
It wasn't this most recent December. I think it was the December before that they did a Instagram collab with me, and I made some content. I made like a reel, and this is one of the things they sent me was this dress. I love this dress. It's a black skater dress from Torrid. It's so cute. Thank you, Mama.
I do think it looks better, actually.
Ooh, that actually
I can concede that.
Ooh, okay. So I got strawberry lemon because if I'm gonna like it, strawberry lemon is a safe flavor to try. It's not sugar-free.
You're very welcome, Andrea.
It's only 30 calories and has 4 grams of sugar. Sparkling water. Cassava root fiber. Organic cane sugar. Organic apple cider vinegar. Natural flavors. Lemon juice. Strawberry juice. Agave. Stevia. Leaf extract.
Has Rosie? No, she hasn't. I mean, if she did, I'd be interested to talk with her. Like, I don't have any hatred. Like, I don't consider myself like a hater or anything. I consider myself a critic. And if she wanted to like talk or have an interview or something, I wouldn't be opposed.
It's not too long. It's definitely a shorter ingredient list than like a soda, like a regular soda. Oh, that actually smells like strawberry lemonade.
I guess one that's not doesn't contain any flavors that might be offensive to or rude or ableist. I don't know.
Mom, you should try this.
Hey, I leave comments on all my videos open.
Yes, 3 grams of fiber in it. It tears up your stomach. I'll report back if this makes me farty or not.
I'm not actually, Lisa.
It tastes really good.
It tastes really good. I mean, how bad could it be? It's just a sweetened fruit flavored drink. And I mean, if it weren't $2, it'd probably be a pretty good drink. But is it, but for $2 for a can of soda, that just doesn't feel like it's a good deal to me.
Wow. I hate
So let's get to the food because we're short on time this week. We got to get to the actual meats.
Yeah, so I will research that because when it's opened, I want to go to Trader Joe's and do a Trader Joe's haul. And I want to walk in with like a $200 budget and just go to town.
Wow.
See what I can get.
$200 Trader Joe's. I think Rosie would get what? Like 5 pounds of butter and like 4 pounds of steak, and that'd be it.
So I don't know when that would be. Thank you, Supa. I appreciate ya. My favorite food is probably like a good cheeseburger. No, I'm not really into jalapenos. No, I'm not. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Yeah, we've had that Halloween.
Oh, for anybody who's not aware, I did have an encounter. I did actually, before I even reacted to Rosie, I went in her channel just to chat very briefly one time. And as soon as I said like, "Hey, what's up?" one of her mods is like, "Oh, are you a reactor? You better, please don't react to Rosie." And I was like, "Well, I might react to Rosie, but if I do react, I'll be fair." And they were like, "Well, I hope you are." And I was like, "All right, well, that's all I can promise." And that's what I said. So that's the only interaction I've had with Rosie.
Towel forever. I'm gonna munch on these chips while I make my plate.
All right, so now she starts making the food finally. The big feeder fodder is here.
Especially for an off-brand chip.
By the way, we're going to close out this poll in just a moment, but let me ask you folks before I get another, I guess, a sub-poll, a question for you. How many calories do you think the upcoming meal that we're about to witness is? And I guess you could give any number you want. You could be realistic or just throw something out for fun. But I'm interested to hear what your estimates are because we don't know for sure, but I'm pretty good at estimating calories and I can tell you what I think it is. And then you'd be free to, check yourselves against my estimate. And I think we'd be pretty much in the same ballpark.
Okay. We got the salami, the chicken salad, and then I actually went ahead and got both. This is the blueberry vanilla goat cheese, and this is the cranberry cinnamon goat cheese. Both are delicious. This one is better in my opinion.
Blueberry what goat cheese and cranberry cinnamon?
This is the blueberry vanilla goat.
Blueberry vanilla goat cheese. I'm not really into like sweet, like flavored cheeses and stuff, but I think if somebody is, that might be tasty.
Cheese. And this is the cranberry cinnamon goat cheese. Both are delicious. This one is better in my opinion. If you like cranberries. But if you don't like cranberries, this is really good. They're both like sweeter. I like the sweeter goat cheese combo. And I still have some of this in my refrigerator. This is cinnamon pear jam. This is also really good with like the
cinnamon pear jam. I have never had that in my life. That's like just an odd flavor. That doesn't sound bad. I'll admit it doesn't sound bad, but it sounds very odd.
Charcuterie vibes. And then this is a new edition. I haven't done a charcuterie plate with
a charcuterie plate. This is a charcuterie plate. That's what she calls it. I'm not really too familiar with the term charcuterie plate. I looked it up a little bit. It looks kind of like an antipasto or an antipasti or like a smorgasbord type of thing, like a deli platter, like a fancy name for a deli platter.
But the stuff with the
is it? I've never really gone there.
Cheese is really good.
She's an okay cook. She's not a bad cook.
So,
but she tends to make. I'll say this: out of the girls between Amber, Foodie, and Glitter, Rosie's probably the best cook out of all four of them. But that's some pretty weak competition, right? Like she's not a great cook, but she's able to like make some recipes. And if she can make anything, that's better than Amber. That's better than Foodie. It's better than Glitter. So
I'm gonna keep making my plate.
I probably did get
Ever since I got my haircut, I feel like I keep finding random little hairs. It's so annoying. What's up, bro? Good. I am live.
2K for the meal.
Okay.
2K, 1300. 2K. We're gonna see it in a minute. Not in this one, I don't
Did
think.
you see that?
But I skipped through a lot of it, to be
I
fair.
just got smacked in the face with blueberries.
That would be, I can't count that high. 3.5, the full pound. 3K. It does look expensive. All this stuff looks expensive, doesn't it? Like, and there's nothing wrong with getting a treat once in a while, but I mean, if money's tight, buying expensive groceries is usually not something you can afford. But whatever. It's her money, right? Or it's her fans' money, or it's the money she earns from.
My favorite chip. I really.
The jam did sound good.
Probably be the hickory smoked barbecue ridge Lay's. Or like a sweet potato chip. You know?
A charcuterie board. Welcome
Thank
in,
you,
Oranges.
Molly.
Yes, a lot of fats in there.
Yes, nicotine. Thank you.
And that's something I'll mention here. Even though these foods look tasty, they all look very high calorie, very fattening. And let's look at the portion. You know, because this is very dense calorically. So let's see what
So we're
Rosie
gonna do,
serves
that
herself.
much goat cheese. Just
So she serves herself a pretty small little piece, but even that small little piece is probably over 100 calories.
some, since I'm gonna do both of them.
I agree, Panic.
Thank you, Hedgehog. So let me see. I do.
$7 for the
Cheese
cheese.
box.
That sounds about right, actually. Only the finest.
My mom said they called the AC people
Feeder
and
fodder.
look at our Freon or whatever, so hopefully that might help our AC situation. Because good lord, it was one of the reasons my mom and I didn't stay out trying to do things. Is just the heat is miserable.
And now Rosie's hair. She just got her hair done, but it just looks like it looks kind of wet, doesn't it? And I'm just wondering if that's because she's like kind of sweaty from the lack of AC, or what's going on, because her hair just doesn't seem to dry out.
Oh yeah, so Carmela, I don't have my ears pierced, but yeah, I think some like statement earrings would look kind of cool. But I don't have my ears pierced at all. I tried 3 separate times throughout my childhood. Now each time was like a Claire's or Walmart piercing. It wasn't like a proper piercing with a tattoo at a tattoo shop. You like the Zapp's Gator Dill chips. You don't have AC either. Oh my god. Well, I have AC. It's just not ACing hard enough. So no, if we didn't have AC, I don't know what state you're in, Ramona, but here in Florida, no AC is a death sentence.
And by the way, let me also mention for anybody who's not aware of some history with Rosie. Rosie did a an interview talking about how she escaped feederism, how she used to be a feeder fetish model. Maybe some of you folks aren't aware of that. Rosie, for years, was a feeder fetish model. She claimed that she would charge $400 or $500 or more to produce feeder fetish pornography, we'll say, for her clients. I don't know if she actually made that much money, but if she did, it would explain how she developed these fine tastes, right? You know, she's a pampered porn star, or at least she used to be. But that was also when she had her quote stalker, and we really should watch that.
Sometimes literally. I just wanted to say I feel like I relate to you. I haven't really been out of my house in a long time. My reasons may be different from you, but I feel less alone. Well, Kayla, I thank you and I appreciate you sharing that, because Carmela.
Jesus.
I'm so sorry.
If that really is true, I mean, I find it's hard for me to believe, but I'm not saying it's not true. If that's true, that's just so crazy to me. But I could believe it. I mean, I know that there's people out there who pay crazy amounts of money for stuff, so I mean, it's just so crazy to me to think that, I mean, now just being real for a second, if she was really making that much money, it's got to be hard for her to stop. Like, how does she quit doing that? Like, I don't understand. Like, I mean, that's just so hard to fathom that that's such easy money that she was making, and then to just say, I'm not going to do it anymore. That's hard to, I mean, respect her for stopping, but that's just so hard to understand.
Carmela, if you want to email me and talk to me more, please.
Is that the full story?
I saw you retracted the message, so I'm not going to repeat what you said. But I did see
Oh, she just posted?
My email is QuirkyLoveRosee@gmail.com if you want to talk to me. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I made that face because I just got smacked in the face with cranberries this time. Okay. Alright. So we're just gonna cut another little chunk of goat cheese. And so one of these blocks is 6 servings. So that's about 1 to 2 servings.
Oh wow, boo! She just posted. I'll share the tab really quickly. And just by the way, before I post this, Rosie loves to get very political. And one thing I try to do is I try to steer away from any kind of politics on this channel. So I'm not here to criticize or promote any of her politics one way or the other. I'm really here more just to point out the hypocrisy that I see in some of her beliefs. So that's why I'm going to point this out here. So the reason I think this is worth sharing, I'll just read this out loud. She says, what is happening in LA is beyond treasonous, heinous, and deplorable. I've shared some resources and fundraising on my Instagram story and shared many TikTok reposts with on-the-ground footage. Further organization info and more, please consider sharing resources if you don't have the means to contribute financially. So the reason I posted this is she talks about contributing financially, having the means to contribute financially. She's eating all this expensive gourmet goat cheese and ribeye steaks and all these expensive gourmet foods and asking other people to donate money. Like, I don't understand this. Why doesn't she donate some of that money that she spends on all those expensive luxury foods? And then maybe other people could donate if they want to. But it just feels kind of disingenuous that she's going to make this big post virtue signaling about how important these issues are to her. But then instead, she doesn't even bother to donate anything. Instead, she just expects other people to donate. And I mean, I'm not saying that this is a good cause or a bad cause. I'm not trying to get it political. But I'm just saying, if Rosie believes in this stuff, why isn't she putting her money where her mouth is? Oh, well, actually, she's putting her money exactly where her mouth is. She's putting her money into her mouth with food. Okay, let's get back to the show. Let's get back to the video.
All right.
But that's why I can't respect Rosie's political beliefs. Whether I agree with them or disagree, I don't respect them. Does that make sense? Whether I agree or disagree is irrelevant because I don't respect them because she doesn't respect them either. She just parrots what she thinks is going to sound good to her audience. If she really believed it, she would support it.
It was? Oh. Okay.
Yeah, slacktivism. Rosie is a definition of a
So we're gonna do
slacktivist.
some plain cream cheese as well.
She loves to just complain and talk a lot of crap and expect other people to do all the actual work.
Oh, I keep forgetting. I grabbed spoons. We'll do nice little dollop.
So she's starting off with
Daisy.
no, slaptivist. She's a slap-happy slacktivist. But she's putting on big dollops of cream cheese to go with her goat cheese. So she's got 3 different kinds of cheese. To start.
Thank you, Krista. I'm making a girl dinner.
A girl dinner. I think she means a goral dinner.
Wait. Yeah, nicotine. Me too. So then we're gonna take the red pepper jelly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm gonna do about that much. Red pepper jelly is not too spicy. It has a nice kick, but like my mom does.
You know, do they still do sit-ins? Because Rosie would be perfect for that. Like, she would be really good for like a sit-in. Like, like if she sat down someplace, they could not move her ass.
Doesn't really do spicy, and she likes it a lot with the cream cheese. So, wipe that off, and then we're gonna do some cinnamon. The cinnamon pear jam goes amazing with the cranberry cinnamon goat cheese because they both have cinnamon, and it just pairs really well. If you ever get the chance to try some cinnamon pear jam, I would highly recommend it.
Now, as much as I like to criticize Rosie, I'll concede that I do think these are interesting flavors. I don't know if they're good, but you know, I think they're interesting at least, and I can respect that she's trying something interesting. At least she's not just, you know, going to Hardee's and eating, or you know, or eating a giant plate of a Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like, at least she's making something that's a little bit that might taste good. It might not, but it might taste good, and at least it's interesting flavors. So respect for that. Gotta be fair.
Just doing a sniff test because I've had this for a while. There's no mold, but it smells good, and jam lasts forever. And this by itself,
Exactly.
cracker is good, to be honest. I'm gonna add a little extra.
Why am I not surprised?
What's up, Dad? Hey. You see what I'm making? I'm making a grilled dinner. Chicken salad, salami, blueberry goat cheese. Do you want to try some of this goat cheese? Okay. Hi, my dad.
Anime Sucks Copensteed gave her like what? $200? I think gave her at least like $200. Like, it's messed up. And this is one thing I'm going to say. I've said this a few times. If any of these people paying for these feeder videos, you people are messed up. Why are you enabling somebody who's clearly suffering from a food addiction? Somebody who's feeding themselves to death. Why are you helping enable that? All these feeders, male, female, men, whatever, all these people who are into the feeder stuff, I think it's extremely unhealthy, whether you're supporting it or whether you're a feeder or a feedie. It's not good.
Are you okay with
It's
being on
unhealthy.
camera?
It's bad.
I'm fine.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't scare nobody.
I don't care, but if you know, it's hot, so I know you're not wearing a shirt right now. So let me see. What did I do with my jam lid? Do you see a jam lid? Am I losing my marbles? Oh, do you want to try these chips real quick? They're really
Foodie
good.
does
Got
a
them
lot
from
of that.
Aldi.
Just grab some of everything.
Okay, I'll find it later.
And I just think it's kind of interesting when Rosie goes to cook. You could really tell how her lack of mobility impacts her cooking. Like, she just takes all this stuff out, and she has so much clutter around her. She kind of like takes over an entire area of the kitchen and just clutters it with all this stuff. Whereas most people, I would assume, this is how they go to the fridge, they get one item, they put it back. They get another one, they put it back. Rosie takes out 10 things at once, and she has to leave them all out because she can't go back to the fridge.
I think it is. No, it's not. Sorry. Yeah, I did. Do you want wheat thins or pita
You're
chips?
my daughter. These are good.
Yeah, I figured you would. Those are similar to the hickory smoke, but honey. Wheat thins? Okay. Check the rag. It's not in either rag. Oh, it is? Oh my god, I'm a liar. Miss Banana, thanks for giving me ideas for charcuterie. Never thought about goat cheese or pepper jelly. Sounds yum. Yeah, I'm about
Oh,
to
yes, Alizu. And I noticed that the way that Foodie just sits around and uses buying groceries as an excuse to eat, Rosie does that too, but she loves to use, quote, meal prep as an excuse to eat. Pay attention to her videos or her lives. You'll notice she does that. she'll be eating, and then she'll say, oh, I know, I'll go prep some food. And she goes to prep a meal, and then she uses that as an excuse to eat something else. She's always prepping meals.
That combo's good, so I can give you my opinion here in a minute.
Is that called poop soda?
Exactly, Sabin.
Poppy!
Poppy. Poopy poppy, maybe.
You know, I've heard of, some people keep Pringles on the shelf. Foodie found a Pringles can on her shelf.
Mommy Jesus, can't take me nowhere.
Jeez. Oh shit, okay.
I told you I need to get new glasses.
Guys, let's try some poopy. Oh, do you want to take a sip of this? It's actually really
You know
good.
me, I'll try anything.
Yeah.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
And by the way, anybody who's not aware, both of her parents, God, this picture right here, I need a censor bar. This just looks so awful.
Oh.
I'm not trying to body shame, but seriously, guy, like, why are you, you and your daughter, both, put some clothes on.
Lord knows. I need that.
I can't with you. Poop flavored soda, Jesus.
Well, she said something about standing for Palestine. No, she never stands.
So,
I'm wondering.
She stands in the pool.
I'm assuming Mom put like an almost finished bag inside that one.
I got Mom, but probably me. Tiny Barbie, oh baby.
That bag was only $2 and like 40 some odd cents.
Yeah, nice.
You like them that much if we go back before you leave.
I just noticed with Rosie that she tends to leave stuff sitting out for a long time. Like she'll just take out food and she'll start cooking and she'll cook for 2 hours and she'll leave the food sitting out the whole time. And food doesn't spoil in an hour. It doesn't spoil that fast. But if you always leave stuff sitting out, it will go bad much more quickly. And it gets nasty. You know what I mean?
I'll get a couple bags.
Oh, and look how she cuts. Look at how unsafely she cuts. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this for Rosie. If you don't want to bleed out, if you don't want to cut your hand off, if you don't want to, lose the mobility in your fingers from severing the tendons in your wrist, be a little more careful. Look at how recklessly she cuts. Look at how dangerously she does this.
What in the hell is that?
This is blueberry vanilla goat cheese.
Okay. Sort of looked like a dung pile or something. I can't
Wow,
wait to
Dad.
taste- I can't wait
What's
to
up with
taste
you and
it.
poop today?
Me.
Do you want a piece of salami?
Maybe it's not the cheese. Maybe it's the next thing. But she cuts something and it looks so dangerous.
Yeah.
Do you want cinnamon pear jam too, or just
Yeah.
okay?
You know me.
It might have actually been when she opened the cheese earlier and I missed it. But I know that I remember seeing her cut something really
Let's
dangerously.
go home.
I know this combo's good. I've done it before.
I'm gonna keep them out of those.
He's in serious trouble if
Here
that
comes
happens.
Lord Biker
There's
Gandalf.
serious weight roughing Canada. Oh, God.
Your dad has an awesome personality. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted to mention, though, Rosie's dad and mom both had weight loss surgery. They were both extremely overweight, just like her, but they managed to get their weight under control. Good for them. However, why don't they want better for their daughter? And I'm not saying they have to force her to do anything. I'm not saying that at all. But they seem to actively enable her. Like they're not even trying to discourage the self-destruction that she engages in nightly. And if anything, they encourage it. They're always bringing her more bags of chips, encouraging her to eat more.
It's yum. Here, I've got another piece already cut off for you, so I'll give you just a second bite of that, and then I'll show you the cranberry. Of course, you're welcome to have more of this later if you want to make your own plate.
It has a dryness to it, and it's hard to explain when everything is so wet, but whatever it is sort of makes your mouth feel like it's drying out, which is sort of cool. Oh, and the jam.
It's on it.
Oh.
It's underneath.
It's so easy to get hurt very badly when you're cutting like that.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Here, will you?
I actually, that's part of why I don't drink anymore. But I remember one time when I was drinking, I nearly cut my fingertip off. I was cutting some food in the kitchen and I just, I wasn't paying attention. I looked away and I nearly sliced the end of my finger off. And thankfully I was, I taped it up and I did a good job. I probably should have gone to the hospital and got it stitched up, but I was able to do a good job, kind of taped it up myself. And, it really healed up fantastic because it was such a sharp cut. But be careful, people. You could really get hurt.
Throw the goat cheese back in the fridge when you have a second. Yep. Hey, up to par. Good to see ya.
I'm gonna be nice.
So I don't know why you'd be scared to try salami. It's delicious.
Oh wow.
She didn't tell me. I heard the silence. Okay, so this is the
she's using this really
cinnamon.
She's using this really sharp knife to spread cheese. Like, that's so silly. Like, why are you using this giant sharp knife to spread cheese?
The cranberry cinnamon is really good with the pear jam because they both have cinnamon in it. Yeah, please. I'd like to have some. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a whole party size. Here you go, Daddy-o.
That'll happen. A watermelon is dangerous. Oh, yeah. Did anybody notice this? She offered her dad some food. Look what she did. She says, Dad, do you want some? Watch what she does.
Hey, up to here to try salami. It's delicious.
Try some. Notice she gets another piece out of the bag. She doesn't give him a piece off of her plate. She opens up the bag to get out more so she can give some to him. God forbid she gives him anything off of her own plate.
So I don't know why you... she didn't tell me.
So she cuts that off of that.
Pear jam. Yeah, please. I'd like to have some. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, please. I'd like to have some. No, I'm kidding. It's a whole party size. Here you go, Daddy-o. This is the cranberry cinnamon.
Well, glad you did the right thing, Alizu. And that's good advice for anybody. If you do cut yourself, most important thing is to be honest. If it's really bad, go to the hospital. But if you can tape it up yourself, you could, if you know what you're doing, you can actually do a pretty good job at home.
And then would you like to try a bite would you like to try a bite with the red pepper jelly and let me know what you think? Yeah. I haven't tried that yet. So do you have an opinion of which one you like more?
Ouch.
You look like you're really thinking on that one.
I actually had numbness in my finger, and you know what I did? I just kept using a tablet, like an iPad, and I kept using that numb finger to control the iPad, and it would like hurt. Like, it would feel like a jolt of electricity going through it. But I kept doing that, and after eventually the feeling kind of came back. So you can kind of like do physical therapy to try to grow some of the nerve back.
I like them both.
You like them both?
Yeah, I think the first one might have been better, but it might have been because it was the first one.
Fair enough. Okay.
Exactly.
I gave you
Ouch.
the wrong jam, I think. Sorry.
No problem.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to speed this up just a drop.
Girl dinner consisting of a selection of goat cheese, salami, and jams, and chicken salad.
To get started for real. This was just the prep. Look at how many we got.
Have some.
Big handful of chips.
It's really yummy. Fucking up. Okay, Carmela.
That's it. That's impressive if you could do that. I can't hear it any faster than like 1 1/4. Like I don't know. I just can't really keep up. My brain doesn't move fast enough.
And then there's like a whole other bag inside here.
So yeah, okay, so this meal quickly takes a turn for the worse. It started out not so bad. some goat cheese, some cream cheese, some jam, some jelly, caloric, but the portions were not too crazy. But then we get a double handful of potato chips, a double handful of pita chips, and now a double handful of wheat thins.
So, that back. And then
This is what wrecks the meal right here. It started off pretty reasonable, right? Didn't start off so bad. And I'm going to go out and say one other thing. If this is not feeder content, you know what it is? It's binge eating. That's what it is. If it's not feeder content, it's binge eating. So I don't know which is worse. Right?
that's okay, up to par. Thanks for being here. Yes, those are wheat thins, Destiny.
Like, is she doing this because, like, for a feeder? Or is she doing this because she's having a binge and she's monetizing her illness? Which is it? Like, right? Which is worse?
The tomato and basil flavor of wheat thins? I've never tried those.
Good point. I guess it can be.
And we're going to do
I guess it could be, right?
a handful of that. Because these crackers are really good with the chicken salad, too.
I mean, I guess there's a lot of overlap in my mind. The difference would be that feeder content is intentional. Like they're like, hey, this person wants to see this, so I'm going to go eat this food. Whereas a binge is more like they can't control it and they just end up eating a bunch of stuff they didn't even plan to eat. Like they just started out only eating, like, you know, they didn't want to eat anything, but the binge happened without, like, the binge is unplanned. Feeder content is planned. That in my mind. But I guess if you record a binge, you could turn it into feeder content. So it's a little bit of each. Welcome in, Jarella. Good to see you. Awesome. You're one clean gal. Always love to have you over here. Borderline binge. I guess it's not like a heavy binge.
And this is my grilled dinner.
Okay, so I'm going to say everybody gave their estimates. I think your estimates ended up being just a little bit high. I don't think we got up to 2,000 calories. I think we're over 1,000, but I think we're probably under 1,500. We've got salami here. We've got chicken salad, big serving of potato chips, a big serving of pita chips, a big serving of wheat thins, the goat cheeses. We're definitely over 1,000 calories, but we're definitely under 2. We're probably around 1,500. But this is a very, very big meal for one person, and it's very caloric. And there's not a lot of protein in here either. I mean, their chicken salad has some protein, which is good. But other than that, this is basically all carbs and fat.
We got the salami, chicken salad, Ridge, honey barbecue, Clancy chips from Aldi's, wheat thins, pita crackers, red pepper jelly, cinnamon pear jam.
They definitely
cheese,
do.
Cranberry, cinnamon goat cheese, and blueberry vanilla goat cheese.
I don't know many skinny people who eat like this very often. I mean, like yes, there are skinny people who mukbang, but I guess yeah, that's true. There are skinny people who mukbang, but Rosie eats like this every day. You know, this isn't like a once in a while mukbang.
Thank you, Cola.
Welcome in, Heidi Lindquist. Okay. Hope you're having a good night.
So,
piles of carbs.
Let's start with the chicken salad because it's been sitting on my plate for a little bit.
Good point, Jarella.
And my favorite thing about eating one of these charcuterie plates is like playing around with different flavors and stuff.
Oh, geez, I'm falling behind the chat here. QLR is a lot like ALR.
So,
yes, Andrea, thank you. Thank you for elaborating on that. For anybody not aware, Rosie takes a strong stance against feederism. She says it's a terrible thing, it's disgusting, it's shameful. She wishes she never did it, and she is so glad that she escaped it. Because we all know that there would never be any feeders watching this. No feeder could possibly get any joy from watching this content.
bruh. Okay.
And I'm not going to say that this is what, true feeder content. She's not making the noises. She's not dressed scantily. She's not eating with her hands. This is not to the extent of feeder content like that. but it is feeder bait. This is stuff that feeders enjoy. It may not be, you know, the good stuff. It may not be what they're willing to pay for, but this is certainly stuff that they're willing to watch.
Oh, that's awesome, Cola.
Good point. Good point.
So I'm gonna try.
Yeah, that's a family-sized plate, right?
Chicken salad. I think it'll be good.
Okay. Yeah. Then. Well, then yeah, you got me.
That's a slay.
It is. It's a full day's calories for a lot of women. Right? What kind of girl eats 1,500 calories in one sitting? What kind of... yeah, it's her girl dinner because it's enough calories for the average girl for an entire day. Like, this is a day's worth of calories or more for a young girl. Very high sodium, very high fat. She's going to finish the whole plate, too.
Thank you, Lewis. I'm curious.
Oh, are they? I haven't tried them.
Pear jam's gonna be any good on this. It might not be, but.
Speaking of Ozempic, you know who went back on Ozempic? Can anybody guess who went back on Ozempic?
That's a really creepy question.
Oh, and I never answered the I never read the results of the poll. For anybody who didn't have a chance to see the results, we got 59% Foodie is planning to. 59% believe she is planning to sneak back to Canada. 26% of people believe she is planning to end it with an overdose of rice. 4% of people believe she's going to sneak away to Thailand. And 10% of you believe she might just accept her fate with dignity. I think 10% of you are trolling. Oh, and everybody, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to click that like button. And if you'd like to see more of this content, be sure to click the subscribe bell. Welcome to all of the new viewers, all of the people watching the replay. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And thank you to all of the lurkers and all of the chatters. You're all very much appreciated. If I miss anybody coming in, be sure to say hi. I'll try to welcome you when I see you.
Yeah, that doesn't go at all.
She's not happy with the flavor.
Pretty unpleasant.
All right, what's the flavor she's not liking here? All right, she said she didn't like this combo. Which one?
That's a really creepy question. Yeah, that doesn't go at all. It's actually pretty unpleasant.
Well, I don't even know what she's talking, which of those items it is, but
It's okay, Nicotine. Don't worry about it.
yes, please.
That was actually really horrendous.
Playing with the flavors. She's playing Russian roulette. Yeah, right? Is she?
Some pear jam.
Good question.
Some salam.
Maybe we should ask her.
And so when it comes to the goat cheese, I like to try to be careful to make sure that
I saw that,
everybody
Andrea.
has
Those burritos were nasty, and they were huge.
some of the cranberry in it.
They were like over a
Some of the
pound
cranberry
each.
outside, so I cut it in half, and I invert it and slice it like this.
Not unless you pay her. I think she uses her mouth rag to wipe the dishes.
Wait, are these stale? Oh,
Ah, that's how she does it. This is OMAD.
those are inedibly stale.
Good point. You know, as long as you're eating the right foods, you know, like wheat thins and pita chips and potato chips and chicken salad, as long as you're eating the correct stuff. And look at that face there. That is, Rosie is, the look on Rosie's face is the look on all of our faces right now. So she finally knows what we feel like watching this stuff.
I don't know how my dad liked those.
Apparently so, the wheat thins were stale. She's going to grab a bag of fresh wheat thins.
Why is Kaya getting a warning?
Glitter, yes, glitter is back. Oh,
She gave me a
sorry,
compliment.
a hint. Well, I already told you.
Isn't Halle Berry
Please
like a
do.
pretty actress?
Yes, Grifter. Anna, yes, yes, yes. Good guess, but I don't even know on that one, to be fair.
Kai, I think it's a misunderstanding.
Oh, Heidi, I actually went through the court papers at the beginning of this show. You may have come in after we finished, but the first, if you go back and look at the beginning of this stream, we went over all of the documents in detail. There's a really, they're really going after Foodie hard, and Salah. Just to recap for anybody who didn't see the beginning, the Paws Charity has filed court papers against both Salah and Foodie, with charging them with, what'd they say, debauchery and illegal fundraising. Interesting. No, he cannot.
I think I'd rather have the pita chips today anyway. Hello, Michelle. Okay, well, that's not
I
good.
mean, who knows what's going to actually happen, but we do know this. She is embarrassed and she's looking like a fool. And even if she doesn't end up with any serious consequences, if anything else, it made her look like a real clown. And hey, you know, that was fun.
It's fault. Okay, so I put a few weekends on, but I'm just going to use more pita crackers because the weekends are not hitting for me today.
So notice also that she's refilling the plate in the middle. So I actually take that back. This meal looked like 1,000 calories, but that was before she refilled the chips and the crackers. So I think she just added another 300, 400 calories maybe. Maybe not 400, but easily another 300 calories and more crackers.
Oh, it was a joke? Oh, because it didn't read like a joke. Okay. Sometimes that stuff doesn't translate well over text. My day's been good, Layla.
I had a frozen pizza earlier, and I'll admit it was pretty good. I don't normally like to eat a lot of frozen pizzas, but I had a California Pizza Kitchen thin crust cheese pizza, and it was not great, but for a frozen pizza, it was good. For a frozen pizza, it was good.
Okay. So we're gonna do cranberry, cheese, some red pepper jelly, and some salami.
That is so caloric. Look, oh, she likes that one. Look at that face there. This is so caloric and so salty and just such a strong flavors. Even if it tastes good, it's just so rich. I don't think you could eat a lot of that without getting heartburn.
I was a little too much red pepper jelly.
I think so too.
I don't know. That was a lot.
Yeah, each bite is huge. Caloric.
Ginger lemonade sounds so good. Oh, you're good, Kaya.
She wants some wheat thicks.
Ginger lemonade, that sounds delicious.
Oh, I bet that's good.
I don't think I've had burrata before, but it looks delicious.
You know what I like to do? I like to chop up like a plum tomato and throw that on there, and that's that can be good too. Or a few slices of mushroom. That's good too if I have some of that handy.
Yes, Amanda, I'm having charcuterie. You should Google it, Subpower. It's a type of like white cheese. Like it's really like ooey gooey in the center, even when it's not like hot. I think. Or it gets ooey gooey when it's hot. Something like that. Alright.
I don't think they are. Because if
this
you
is
look
the
at the
classic combo.
if you look at the legal complaint, if they were married, it would say that. I think it would say that at somewhere. But it clearly says, you know, Chantal Sarrault, Canadian citizen, Salah Al-Rafai, Syrian national. There's no mention of them being connected in any way except for them being charged on the same docket or on the same complaint.
Plain cream cheese with red pepper jelly and some salam. You had me at cheese. Man, that's delicious. Mm.
It's just so much food, and she just eats for like 30 minutes straight. She just keeps eating and eating and eating.
I need to decide what show I'm gonna watch next.
Yeah, charged as
because I'm
co-defendants.
officially in season 5 of The Secret Life of an American Teenager. It's such a bizarre show.
A little bit, not really.
It's such a bizarre show.
A few bits of tomato.
Gotcha, nicotine.
It is.
I
This
haven't
is
had a charcuterie plate in like a long time.
this when I first saw this, when she first started making it, I saw, like somebody else said, I thought this was for like the whole family. I was like, why is she using such a small plate for a big platter? And then I realized that's not a platter. That's her dinner.
Thank you, Austin. Yeah, this is pretty good. I'm pretty hyped. And I'm gonna have to tell my mom to try some red pepper jelly on her chicken salad and see how. Well, their chicken salad has a bunch of extra stuff in it, so I don't know. But my chicken salad is really good with some red pepper jelly.
Look at the size of that bite.
Handmaid's Tales, because it's just I don't want to be depressed because it's like a reality now. Carter, thank you so much for the super chat.
I have a feeling that chair is it's probably shaped like her butt crack. Like it goes up in the middle where her crack is.
Desperate Housewives. I've never seen it. That's a show I've been interested in getting into it. I'm really into watching shows from the mid 2000s to the early 2010s.
And the way Rosie makes it
right now,
when she makes her chicken salad, she loads it up with mayonnaise and Miracle Whip. She puts in a ton of both.
especially ones that I've seen in the past or like maybe kind of dabbled in.
Yeah, exactly. It's got like
into it, nice.
It's shaped exactly like her butt.
New Girl is really good. I've heard good things about New Girl too.
It deserves a Stanley steamer. Not a Boston steamer. What do they call that?
I'll be right back.
Yeah, Rosie's physical shape is, and I try to be nice, you know, so I don't dwell on it too much. But Rosie has a very unfortunate shape. I mean, and I think most people, when you get up to 700 or around 700 pounds, you're not going to have a good shape at that point. But Rosie just really has a very, I mean, I guess it could be worse, but you know, she's got a lot of problem areas, to be nice. I'll say it like that. I mean, I feel like being nice today. I don't know why I feel like being nice today, but I do. You know those gaming chairs, like the DX racers? I wonder if Foodie, what do you call it? If Rosie's chair is called like an LB tugboat.
A little bit of lunch/food prep for the week.
She's doing food prep. What a surprise. Rosie is doing food prep. She hasn't even finished eating. She's already doing food prep. Oh, thank you very much, Unhinged Lady. I usually try to be nice. Every now and then I make a few jabs, but I usually am pretty nice. Very good for you, Panic. I mean, 1,600 is a pretty healthy number, you know, for most women. So I think that's, you know, it sounds like you're doing well for yourself. Good point.
I'm gonna finish eating, but I have a plan. I'm gonna finish eating and then Dexter's coming back again? Oh. I think I watched like a couple episodes of Outer Banks, but I haven't really.
And welcome in, Unhinged Lady. If I didn't welcome you in.
I didn't get fully into it.
Oh, thank you, Andrea.
How much longer am I gonna be live for? I honestly don't know. Probably until I'm done prepping this idea that just popped into my head. Let's continue eating.
That's another good point, Heidi. Rosie's always doing food prep, but a lot of the time it's just pre-made stuff anyway. I mean, she does a little bit of compared to like ALR or Foodie or even Glitter. She does more cooking than they do, so I won't come down on her too much. But she's not what I would call a great chef, not at all. I'm glad you like it, Shelly. I try to, just make it, just try to make it the show that I would personally enjoy, right? Exactly. If you're not having any fun, why are you watching it?
Am I Asian? Is that a serious question?
Welcome in, Lady Nighthawk. Hope you're having a great night.
Is it the hair? Is that a troll? Am I Asian? Do I look Asian?
Does Rosie look Asian to you? I don't.
I'm 1/4 Hispanic. And the rest of me is European mutt.
Her eyes look kind of almondy, like.
Am I being trolled?
I think maybe because like her eye sockets have kind of shifted in a little bit.
I'm having an identity crisis. What is happening? Oh, for real, bacon. I'm hoping they say something else because I'm a little lost.
Fantastic. Oh, welcome in, Catsy. Hope you're having a good night. That's right, she did, and she made a lot of it.
Okay, come on now.
She ate. I don't remember how much she ate, but I remember she ate a lot.
I've just never heard.
I didn't see all that one, to be fair. That is true, unfortunately. Oh, but let me share some information about food and processed food and all that. I was watching about. I was looking at different European foods. And I noticed that a lot of European foods. This is not a good thing. They seem to be having more palm oil in their foods because they serve it as, quote, organic palm fruit oil. And I think that lets them get around the regulation of not being able to have palm oil. Because I've noticed that more, European imports tended to have less palm oil in the past, and now they seem to have a lot more. That's just anecdotal, so I don't know if that's holds true across a larger sample size, but from what I've noticed.
Maybe it's just because you can't see your eyes because of your glasses. I can see it. I honestly think it's the glasses and short hair combo because I
think you're right. I think that her eyes start to have gotten more of
I'm not offended. I'm just confused. You know what I mean? I'm not offended at all. I'm just very confused.
Oh, her father works in Norway. He's not. Maybe that's what you heard. Her parents are in Norway, but that's where her dad works. None of them are Norwegian. I don't think.
You got that Filipino vibes, and a bit Hawaiian.
I feel like she resents her mom.
Hawaiian.
I feel like. Let me focus on that for a moment. Rosie's family dynamic. On one hand, it seems that she and her parents get along pretty well. But when you really pay attention, in my opinion, I detect a lot of strained relationship. I get the impression that Rosie kind of resents her parents, and I feel like her parents are kind of walking on eggshells around her. Like they really want to get along, but they know that Rosie is very hard to please, and they're really doing their best to not upset her. Like they know that she's very. I just get the impression they're really trying hard to not upset her, and I don't feel like it's too successful.
Okay, anyway.
Oh, that's an interesting fact. That might have something to do with it.
I forgot how good that blueberry vanilla goat cheese is. Wow.
Good to hear, Shelly. I think that It makes such a big difference with dieting. I know that the last couple months I've been off my diet a little bit, but I haven't really gained back that much weight. And I think it's because I've still done a pretty good job avoiding the palm oil and the soybean oil. So even though I have been eating like too much sugar, I've managed to not really gain that much fat, just because I haven't been going too crazy.
I'm gonna do some red pepper jam on this bite. That's my favorite thing about charcuterie. It's just
That
mix
makes
and
sense.
matching everything, unless it doesn't work. Like cinnamon pear jam and chicken salad.
You know, Jarella, you're not the first person to say that about her dad. I haven't really watched a lot of her father, but a few people have said that, and I'd like to see a little more before I cast a judgment. But I'm keeping my eye open for that from here on out. And her mom is definitely an enabler. I get that feeling too. And again, what bothers me is her parents were both very heavy themselves. If her parents never had a weight problem, you could make the argument that they don't understand what Rosie is dealing with. But they know exactly the struggle that she's living with. They know what it's like to self-destruct and to throw and to ruin your health. And they're watching her do that. And I have to ask myself why they don't think that, why they don't care enough to want to make a bigger difference. I feel like they just are very permissive and they don't seem to be concerned about Rosie's health at all. And it's beyond the point of not wanting to cause trouble. I mean, Rosie is not going to, you know, it's only a matter of time until she has very serious health consequences.
I'll go together. What's your question? Hey, Rosie.
It's unfortunate, Shelley. I feel like sometimes it's well intentioned. Like you can make an argument for palm oil in some products, but the businesses are unscrupulous, and if they're allowed to use something, they'll put it in everything. They don't use any kind of moderation.
We re-upped on the Coke Zero, thanks to you. The blueberries are pretty tart.
She does remind me of Edith Bunker. She really does. And Edith Bunker was a total doormat. If anybody not aware who that is, she was a television character. On an old show from way before even my time. I agree with very much with that, Heidi.
To
Rosie,
be fair, Amanda, they could have been genuinely asking. I just don't want to answer that question right now.
like, I do agree Rosie is manipulative, and I think a perfect example was that post she made just 10 minutes ago, trying to guilt people into donating money to a cause that she doesn't even personally support. And she could say she supports a cause, but she won't put any money or any time or any effort into this cause that she claims is so important. So I think it shows a lot about how she wants to present an image and make others feel a certain way without actually conforming to the behavior she espouses. Conforming to the standard she preaches. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. I mean, I agree with you, rather. I don't know. I mean, I can't say for sure, but I agree. I think you're right.
Understood, Queen.
So just the sheer volume of food. Rosie's just been eating nonstop for like 30 minutes straight. And the argument of whether this is feeder bait or a binge, I'm starting to lean more on the side of a binge the longer this meal goes on, because she's eating with a lot of restraint as far as, she's not using her hands. She's not getting the food all over her mouth the way Foodie would. She's not dripping the food all over her clothes. She's not being messy, but she is eating a massive amount. Laws and pause. That's a good question. Was it to do something they needed to do, or was it just to visit? I think they just like to visit and check in on her because they stay for like a month at a time, and I don't think they need to stay for a month to take care of business. So I think they really just like to visit their daughter for whatever reason. Oh, she has been using her hands a little bit. Actually, you're right. She does. Not like a lot, but yeah, you're right. She does use her hands a little.
I'm starting to get the Sunday scaries.
Oh wow, Catsy, that's grim.
Well, let's all cross our fingers that I hear back from somebody in an email about any of the jobs I applied for. Please.
You're right, Elizu. I thought about that, and all I could think is that maybe they have frequent flyer miles or some other way of getting discounted tickets, or maybe as part of their his work, he gets discounted tickets in some way. That's all I could think, because if they're paying full price for those tickets, that's going to add up. Yeah, and their son as well.
I'm posting right now, and I want a shark coochie board so bad. You're killing me. Oh my gosh, Indy. No, not today. She's gonna wait to get her haircut until right before she leaves.
Okay, that's a good.
So she gets the most money.
Jarella here with the, I guess, scientific facts here, but there is no shame apparent or loss of control and rapidity doesn't truly constitute a binge by definition. So I guess it's just overeating. It's just really bad overeating. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, there's no need for me to exaggerate. It's if it's just overeating, which is, that's still bad. So yeah, that is what it is.
Out of her haircut before she goes back to Norway.
That's a good point, Loke Dog. I mean, I don't really know what the feeders. I mean, every feeder is different, right? I don't know what they all want to see.
Yeah.
Good point, Heidi. Very good point.
Thank you, Nashi. It's really good to see you, dude.
I mean, she's clearly tasted
really
everything at this point.
Come up with a recipe idea for that pasta you sent me to give it a try.
Very welcome, Nutty. That's kind of what we're doing here. Just having some relaxation and just enjoying
he's
the
behind
reaction.
me. He's gaming right now. We got home today, and every light in the house was off. There wasn't a single light source, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look over, and the only light I see is emitting from my dad's computer screen. And I was like, why are all the lights off? And he goes, to keep the house cool. And I went, oh, that's actually a good idea.
But hold on, though. Keeping all the lights off to cool off the house, most houses use fluorescent lights now, and fluorescent lights don't generate heat. So turning off the lights doesn't really matter. If you have those old-fashioned bulbs that get hot, then yeah, it does make a difference. But if you're using fluorescent or low wattage, or what are those other ones? LED bulbs or LED diodes, I think. But those don't generate heat.
Yeah, my goal is to go to work tomorrow. The plan is to go to work tomorrow. I've been feeling like more like myself these past few days, so hopefully I don't wake up in some kind of flare-up or issue or something. Oh, hey, Elizabeth, I made a charcuterie board. My mom is in the living room watching TV. Oh, they're going to be heading back to Norway in early July.
I mean, there's certainly room for interpretation.
The Marry Me Chicken? What's the Marry Me Chicken? I've never heard of that before. My dad has a job in Norway, and he's not going to be moving back until after he has a dual retirement.
I guess. But they don't seem to be hot. I mean, so.
I gotta make Marry Me Chicken. Renty, can you,
Well, Panic, we can look at her numbers. She was getting tens of thousands of views when she was binging on camera, or when she was overeating on camera. The two videos she did where she didn't really eat on camera, she got like a few thousand views, but she didn't get anything compared to the others. She got a tiny fraction.
Would you be willing to send me a recipe on Discord?
Okay. Well, that's fair enough.
Oh, okay.
Well, Sabin, you probably know better than me. Like, what makes a charcuterie board a charcuterie board? Because I don't really know personally.
Excuse me.
Why can't she cover her mouth when she burps? Like, she's not like giving a loud, disgusting burp like Foodie would do. But why can't she just cover her mouth? Well, it's a complex subject. It's not black and white or black or white where you could say, oh, this is clearly this is clearly that. There's no debate. There's always going to be room for debate. There's room for interpretation. And a lot of it is a matter of Rosie's mindset, right? Like, the same activity could qualify as something else depending on the state of mind that she's in. So I think it's good to have these conversations because there is room for interpretation.
I don't have any like private discords or like discords.
Thank you, Eliza.
Like Discord communities or anything.
So like a deli.
You can like message
ladder.
me on Discord. Like I have a Discord account, but I don't really use it like I used to.
That's why she's eating so slow. Andrea, you just figured it out.
That's
You just figured out the secret.
Renzi and I talk, and like Nashi. That's like where we're connected, and I think subpar. I just don't know if we've ever DM'd before.
Oh, let me say, oops. No.
It's a bit more complex than the messaging platform, but more or less, yes. That's a big aspect of its functionality. Mom always said nothing good happens in Discord.
Okay.
Amen to that.
Yeah, Andrea, you that's very observant. I didn't even think of that.
I'm surprised how full I'm getting. I mean, it's a big...
She does, but she blocks them. But she absolutely does have creepy guys. Like, I went to, in fact, let me show you on her channel. Let's go to the comments. If you go down to the comments, yeah, this guy right here. Hello, baby. Hearts, kissing, celebration, how are you, triple hearts. If you look, he comments on all of her videos the same thing. You, baby. Kissy, hearts, smile. Hello, love you. Hearts, smile. 4 comments on this channel. This guy here is clearly, interested. So, yeah. So, are there creepy people on there? You tell me.
Plate of food. I don't know why. I think it's like when my brain's it's not that feeling, but I purposefully made sure to.
Oh, and keep in mind, Rosie personally approves every comment. That's why there's only 4 comments here, or 5 or 10 or whatever. Because if you put a comment in here, it won't go through. She only puts through. She has to personally approve a comment for it to show up. So that means that she really likes this guy's comments.
Include the chicken salad just so I had a bit more of a protein source. But no, we haven't. Okay.
He said he doesn't like the skinny women. He says he likes some meat on the bones.
It's like an app, Kaya. Dad's gaming.
Yes, Andrea.
Mom's watching TV.
Thank you. She says clearly that that her show is 18 plus only. When I first started doing this channel, I originally toyed with the idea of making it 18 plus, but I thought about it and I was like, you know what? This content, even if I occasionally cover content that's a little bit, a little bit borderline, I'm very much PG-13. Like, I don't need to make this 18 plus. But Rosie specific, she uses a lot of strong language. She'll discuss some explicit content at times. It's a good, it's definitely something to think about. Yeah, I have it sped up too. Yeah, why does she do that? That's like a
Hey, Dad.
serious faux pas.
What game are you playing? Dune Awakening? Is that the new game? Dune Awakening.
Yeah, I agree, Jarella. If she says that if it says that in the description, then you should set the video to that.
Oh, you're in the early release?
In fact, let's see what it says. I think it says that right here in the description.
On the 10th of June? Okay.
Whoops. Here we go. 18 plus internet space due to topics I discuss and I cuss like a sailor. Plus size queer adult working with CPTSD, ADHD, MDD, aspiring author and artist, disabled neurodivergent blogger. But yeah, 18 plus internet space due to topics I discuss. If it's 18 plus, why don't you mark it 18 plus?
But it was like $4 for a regular sized bag of sweet potato chips. Oh, I already had dinner, Bella. I've been live for over 2 hours. My mom just handed me the chips back, and I ate a couple because I was there in front of me.
That's like an entire farm.
Thank you, Angie. Oh.
It's like half the animal kingdom. Good point, Shelly. And
I should try to clean up.
That's so. Oh, let me give a practical tip because I love to gossip and have fun, but I also want to share some actual useful health advice. And that's a great tip, Shelly. I find that helps me a lot when I eat. Eat slowly. Don't eat fast, especially if you're really hungry. Take your time because you're not going to realize you're full until you wait a moment. And if you just keep stuffing your face, you're going to end up overfilling yourself without even realizing it.
A little bit more because y'all are making me realize I must have been coming on here looking pretty busted the last few times because I haven't been getting compliments like this in a while. Thank you.
Never formally diagnosed. Interesting. She claims disabled, I guess, right?
I made a charcuterie plate. I had a girl dinner.
Okay.
You know the drill.
So let
you know
me.
the vibes.
All right. So. Geez. We actually skipped ahead to the end. Hold on a second here. Where were we? We were right around here.
The only thing that I like honey on because a condiment is a fried egg sandwich with American cheese. I love honey on a fried egg sandwich. So good.
We're going to run a little bit, by the way, we're going to run a little bit late tonight. I'm going to cover glitter and lasers tonight too, but just quickly, but we're going to cover it a little bit too.
My mom has made fried egg sandwiches my whole life that way. With truffle goat cheese? I should try that. I just haven't really enjoyed goat cheese very much on the savory side. It's only been these two that I've really been like, hot diggity damn, I'm into it. Hey, nicotine.
All right, if y'all don't mind, I don't mind. She cleaned the plate, Heidi. I fast forwarded just a few minutes, but yeah, you can see it here. She cleans that plate.
Man, that is so good.
She cleans it up.
Oh, that sucks, bacon. So I'm taking this little blob of cream cheese and I'm scraping up all the excess blueberry and cinnamon jam residue. I'm just gonna make a little bite out of it.
She cleans that plate. She cleaned that plate. And don't forget, she refilled the plate halfway through. Because I didn't notice that the first time. She made that big plate, probably about 1,200 calories, 1,100 calories, easy. Then she ate most of the crackers, and then she put another double handful of crackers and chips on there. So she made easily 1,500 calories plus.
Okay.
Not much left, right? Just the residue. It's all that's left, right?
Yeah, I really want to check out a Trader. I think I went to a Trader Joe's once when I was a teen.
Mom
It's,
enables
like one
her.
of the youth leaders from my church. I just kind of like walked around a bit. It was like a long time ago.
The wheat
My
thicks.
go-to breakfast sandwich is a piece of fried bologna, fried egg, cheese, mayo on toasted bagel. Fight me. Ooh.
My estimate for Rosie's weight is about the same. I think she's 600 pounds, maybe even a little bit more, because she's even heavier than she was. What, like when we last saw her was like 3 months ago. She looks like she's put on like 50 pounds at least in just that short period of time. So I could absolutely believe that she's over 6. She's also 5'6", so she's not super short. So she probably does weigh that much. She's 5'6", at least I believe.
See, I'm of the opinion. Okay, hold on.
Her mom
Before I
does
get to
seem
my
scared
opinion,
of
I
her.
just wanna point out
She is irritating.
well, a lot of things excite me more.
You
but
only think she's 400, Drilla?
there's something so
I think she's well over 400. I mean, you could maybe. I would accept 500 as an estimate, but I think she's got to be over 4. Like she just looks so much bigger than Foodie. She looks much bigger than Foodie to me, and Foodie's well over 4.
exciting about having the perfect
And
amount
she's taller than Foodie too.
of crackers
You know what I mean? She's
to
taller
food ratio
and she looks bigger.
and making a charcuterie completed without like when you basically have like an even balance of all the different options. Amen, Ramsey. Okay.
There's something to respect about the that mentality. And in fairness, I noticed that actually. I watched a show about obese children, and I saw this family, and there were these Mexican Americans, and the child was very heavy, and I saw the way they were feeding him these big burritos and these big heavy meals, and I was thinking, you know, if maybe their parents used to work outdoors and they got a lot of physical activity, so they probably needed to eat a lot to keep their weight up, whereas the younger generation, they're going to school, they're playing video games, they're on their phone all day. They don't need these big meals. They don't need thousands of calories. They just need a light snack. And I think that's something that's important to remember. The calories burned is not every kid is active. And if your kids are not that active, you need to give them a little bit less to eat.
Oh man, the steak bagel from McDonald's was something. It was my favorite.
Yeah, I think she'd
thing
cut her
growing up,
parents
and
if
then
they
I
took
think
her
they got rid
food.
of it for a long time, and I think it came back in recent history. But yeah, I don't really eat at McDonald's anymore. Okay, some burritos. This is the leftover chicken and cheese mixture and bell peppers from last night. I'm going to add a bag of smoked.
At least she's got the brassiere on today, though, right? Like I said, as long as she covers up a little bit, hey, I got no problem with her having some big old jugs.
Southwest style pouch rice. What do you mean remind my mom that I'm live? She knows I'm live.
Yeah, good point, Jarella.
So someone said remind you that I'm live and I don't know why.
I noticed
Yeah,
that
she's just walking.
like a good example of that is like if somebody makes bread with butter, it's very easy to use a little bit more butter every day without realizing it. And then one day you're like, hey, well, where did all this butter come from? You know, I just used to use a little bit.
Guys? Yeah. I know it's dark back there, but she's dressed appropriately. Like,
Yeah, she's got chicken salad. She added the chicken salad, I believe, was made with mayonnaise and Miracle Whip. She just added a bunch of chopped up peppers, fried peppers, and now she's adding a bag of Uncle Ben's rice, it looks like.
she said, "Thanks for being thoughtful of me." No, she didn't just change her shirt.
It does look nasty.
Yeah, it's really dark back there. Yeah, my mom's giving me a look. That didn't happen. I
Well,
don't
that's a
have
hot dog.
boyfriend. My mom was like, "What the fuck?" And
Got a hot
that
dog.
didn't happen.
Give him a bun.
Okay.
Yeah, and she makes these massive burritos.
Yeah.
Do you think that's related to possibly hormonal? Because she eats a lot of protein and a lot of fat. So her hair, you know, she has the nutrition, you know, that she's got dialed in. Like her hair should be thick and flowing. So if her hair is not good, that probably is hormonal. I'll admit I've eaten them a couple times. Like if you're just by yourself and you just want some rice, you know, at like 10 p.m., it's not bad, but yeah, I'll admit they're not the best choice. But if you want rice at 10 at night, it's the best way to get it.
Hey. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. My mom just wanted to
Oh,
talk.
yeah,
That's okay,
Shelly.
man. Don't worry
She's
about
making
it.
the food with her hands and then touching her hair.
I had family that used to live in Dearborn. I visited Dearborn when I was like 16. Okay. Let me get my bearings here.
Oh, that's why. He's got a double fur coat. It's summer. He should take his fur coat off.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
And also, when you get so heavy,
Hello. Okay, so
I know that when somebody when I know that Foodie got cysts on her ovaries when because she gotten so heavy. I hope that Rosie doesn't experience that, but I know that is a possibility.
all right, this is really, really hard from being in the refrigerator, so I'm just gonna microwave this.
Oh God.
So I can more easily stir it together, and I'm just gonna make little burritos, basically.
Rosie's trying to tap into her Native American heritage. You know, like they would use the buffalo grease, the Plains Indians.
I might have tried. Did you guys ever bring back
Put it in their hair?
chocolate from Norway? Yep. Yeah, so I think I did try it.
You know those hearts?
Oh, the hearts of the Freya? Oh, yes, I loved it. Thanks, Sarah.
He does a little bit. I think she's just trying to get some extra grease for the food.
Are you making up some more quesadillas?
I'm actually taking the mixture, and I was gonna wrap up some burritos for the week.
Good idea.
Thank you. I'm just prepping some like burritos with that leftover chicken mixture from yesterday and the bell peppers, and I added some rice to make it last. Yeah, that's been
Like you could hear the food. Like it's so like, and to be fair, like any mushy food is gonna sound like that, but that noise of like it's so mushy and sticky, it just sounds disgusting, doesn't it?
it's been handled, Hattie.
Ugh. Ugh. Like that is just mush. Like who would make that intentionally? Like could you imagine anybody who just like they started out the day and said, you know what, I would like to make this. This is the meal I would like to eat. Could you imagine anybody planning to eat that?
Comments have been decent. Not been anything too crazy.
Squelching, yeah, exactly. It's squelching, Shelly. Perfect. Oh, such perfect diction. Squelch, exactly the right word. Viscous, yes. Perfect diction in the
So I had
chat.
a charcuterie plate for dinner. I just got done eating, so I'm just prepping these burritos if I can get this container open.
Oh, I was just joking, Nutty. I didn't mean. I was saying he should take off his coat. I meant like a joke. I didn't mean you should actually shave him. No, the opposite. The absolute opposite. Yeah, that's the feeder fodder. I do love cakes. Pancakes, real cakes, any kind of cake.
Thank you, Renzi.
Good question.
I did it.
I don't know exactly. I think something with computers.
Oh, sorry, Hattie.
Good question. Not very often. Rosie does not rage often, but she does occasionally. She tends to do more of like a, like she acts hurt. She does more of the like acting hurt kind of thing. But she will rage occasionally.
These are sticking together. I don't know if it's just because it's humid or what, but these are sticking together really bad. Aw. Fuck. Vernon, I was not doing that at you. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, and in case we don't get to that part at the end, that tortilla that has the hole in it, she just throws it in the garbage. She throws it in the garbage because it has a tiny little hole in it. She doesn't even try to use it. She doesn't even cut it up and, just use it for bread or whatever. She just throws it right in the freaking garbage because it has one tiny hole in it.
I was doing that as a joke to the tortillas. But if you want to find something to be pissed off about,
Yeah, those things are huge. I've never really got a good look at their house. I couldn't really say. It looks cluttered.
Really
I don't know if it's dirty though. Yeah, those are the biggest tortillas I've seen. Those are the biggest ones they sell. Yeah, those are the biggest tortillas they sell.
Sweet. Okay, I separated all of them.
I mean, and also Rosie, for being a cook, watch how she makes these burritos. She doesn't even heat up the tortillas. If you're making tortillas, you have to warm them up so that they can stretch and they don't tear. Because if you try to roll up a tortilla without softening it, it's going to rip. Or it's not going to fold up properly.
No, I don't know if I'm going to use all of these or not, but we'll see.
You can still
Have
get
a good
tortillas
night,
for not
Kylie.
too much here.
Okay, so we're just going to...
Exactly. Could have cut them up, fried them, could have done anything.
You're good.
Some foods are expensive, but some foods have gone down in price. Like, I remember the other day, goose was so expensive. Not that I bought it, but I just remember seeing the price of it. It went down in price. I got a duck today, a whole duck for like $20.
Okay. And then I'm going to take some of this cheese and just... Hello.
That's probably true. No, not once. Good point, Shelly.
So I made a barbecue like
And that's
cheesy
not even
chicken
close to
mixture last
filling it.
night with barbecue sauce, cream cheese, shredded cheddar cheese.
That's kind of the
and
same
dark
way
beef
here,
rotisserie
Nutty.
chicken. We sauteed bell peppers, and then I just added a pouch of southwestern rice. So
And the way she folds it, it just is so like, I'm not an expert on burritos, but that looks like such an amateur fold, doesn't it? Like that does not look like a good folded, well-folded burrito. That just looks like, it looks like a lump. That filling is disgusting.
yeah, nicotine's a cool username, especially when your name's like Nick or Nicole or whatever.
I'm sorry about that, Jamie, with your dog.
Any Nick variant of
Hopefully
name.
it gets, hopefully that improves. Yeah, gas has been
You said
affordable
I'm
here.
hearing that sucks.
Yeah, you're in LA, to be fair.
Thanks, Luna. My name is Rosie.
And prayers for
Good
you,
night,
Elisa.
Nico.
Hopefully things over there, work out well for you. Yeah, so notice she poured a big bag of cheese into that chicken salad that she made already. And now she's pouring more cheese on top of it. She's got like 2 bags of cheese. Oh, the filling, unhinged lady. Let me tell you what that's in that filling. That's got chicken salad, which was made with Miracle Whip and mayonnaise. Then she added a bag of cheddar cheese, a bag of rice, a thing of sauteed peppers, and well, I think she added even some other stuff too. It's just like she just added frickin' everything, just a bunch of disgusting crap.
At least it wasn't a Lego, right? Thank you, Candy.
Miracle Whip and mayonnaise, then a bag of cheddar cheese, and a bag of rice.
Sitting out a Lego sucks ass.
In Australia, it's rough. I'm sorry to hear that,
How old am I?
Andrea.
I'm 33.
Yeah, Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip. Geez, Kat, see, that's pretty pricey. Is that for just a dozen eggs? Because eggs here are pretty affordable again. Yeah, where you are, it is a bit pricey.
I love the new hair. Thank you.
Oh, Miracle Whip is different than mayonnaise. It's got some like extra additive or something. Rosie? That's a good question. I don't know if she claims to be on a health journey or not. I think she does. I know that for a while she did claim to be on one. Now she's kind of toying with it, where she kind of pretends she is, but not really.
Went a little too heavy on the peppers. Some of the other burritos. Shut up. Mix that up. There we go.
Right?
Hey, Jordan.
Like she just mixes anything together. Oh, jeez.
Thank you, Hattie.
That's got to be that's just very frustrating to hear. Hopefully that can
Thank
be
you, Solomon. No
improved
worries.
on with time.
Perfect.
Oh, that's very California.
So I think we
Fish
might
burrito.
get 5 burritos out of this bowl. Hell yeah.
5 burritos out of that giant bowl, and those burritos are so huge. I bet she eats them 2 at a time too. Oh, thank you very much, Andrea. I don't know what's going on with those, but
Yeah,
hopefully
that's true, dude. I'm
we'll
being
get something
lazy.
going.
I would highly recommend watching the J's. It does melt better and it does taste better. I'm being lazy.
I mean, what they should do is they should just let you pay in your own currency. Like if it's a $5 membership, it should be $5 Australian or $5 American or $5 whatever, right? I mean, that's what it should be. I mean, theoretically, but you never know how it's going to work out.
Perfect. Okay, yeah. 5 burritos. Yes.
I'm not being a very good salesman.
You're good. But no, you're right though, especially for
Yeah,
factory
that's true.
cheese, I
The
really
exchange
should.
rate.
Why are you apologizing? Please stop. You're always apologizing when you shouldn't be. You're chilling. You're a mod. You're all good. Life is so much better with cheese. Hallelujah.
Yeah, I don't see why anybody really likes Taco Bell. I mean, and no disrespect if anybody likes Taco Bell, you know, fair play. But in America, we have so many good taco places, like everywhere. Like maybe not everywhere. I'm sure there's some places that don't. But most places in America, there's so many delicious Mexican restaurants with taco stands and burritos. There's no reason to go to Taco Bell. And the price of most Mexican places is good too, so. Jeez. Yeah, she does. You know what I think that is, Heidi? I think that's because Rosie's cheeks have gotten so fat and swollen up, they push her nose forward. Like the sides of your nose, the parts where the nostrils grow into your cheeks, that part of the nose gets pushed forward when there's extra fat on the face. So it makes the nose flatter. I think that's what causes it. Right on. Well, I mean, if you just want some fast food, I guess.
Cheese bag ASMR tickling my brain. Hell yeah. Okay.
It's definitely worth trying, you know, if you get a chance. It's very different than Taco Bell.
My channel is just me vibing. I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, it's like Papa John's pizza. It's not real pizza, but it still tastes good sometimes. Or Hungry Howie's pizza.
Doing this with fan pointing at me is going to be difficult, but we shall persevere. Yeah, the haircutting experience is pretty good. I really liked the stylist, so that helps.
All right, we got.
Well,
I think I'm going to put on the
cooking
glitter
or
and
making
laser
dinner.
segment because
I like
that
hanging out,
shouldn't take
chatting.
too long.
Sometimes if I'm ordering stuff or have a grocery haul, I'll do that. Yeah, my life is just in a weird place right now, so I don't have a lot of content options right now. So I'm just chilling. Okay, and you don't gotta apologize for that, Salma. People are welcome to come and go as they please. 33, flirty, and thriving, thank you. Fuck. I don't have any specific vlogging plans. Not having a car fucking blows, and it is not a good economy to buy a car. It hasn't been since COVID, and I don't know if it ever will be again, but it is just, my mom and I were actually talking about this today, like, it truly just feels unattainable to get a new car.
Okay, so Rosie is, if you want to see more Rosie, I'll post the link, by the way, to Rosie's channel if you want to check out the video straight up. Here is a link to the live if you'd like to check it out. But we're going to cover some glitter and lasers now because it's getting late and I still want to cover this tonight. We have enough time if we're going to run it a little bit late. So glitter and lasers, for anybody who's not aware, she is an influencer. She claims that it's not possible for her to lose weight. She claims she has no burnable fat on her body, that her body is made up entirely of unburnable fat, lipedema, and it's just not possible for her to lose any weight. So she had to get liposuction surgery. You can look here on this bumper I made where it shows before and after pictures from the first, second, third, and fourth surgeries. She actually gained weight, and there's been no real difference. So after getting all these liposuction surgeries, what is Glitter and Lasers doing now? What's going on with her now? Well, here's the latest update. I remember you had been using a GLP-1 for the autoimmune disorder, but had to stop prior to surgery. Do you think you will add that back in? Or did the surgery bring enough improvement? Glitter and Lasers said, I will likely add it back in only for the help with inflammation. It's been super helpful for a lot of lippy ladies in that way. So in other words, Glitter and Lasers is going back on GLP-1 drugs, but she says it's not for weight loss. It's only to help with inflammation. So that's good to know, right? But we've got more. We've got more than that. So let me get the other document, the other update on Glitter. Here she is talking about, here we go.
I'm basically like an Olympic athlete.
Basically.
This is a dynamometer and it measures your grip strength.
Let me turn down the volume just a little bit. It's a little bit too loud.
You put in some information about your age and your gender, and then you grip the handle for an output and how much you grip in pounds. Now, for a little bit of context, here's a video of some professional tennis players and what their grip strength was. In general, a female professional athlete will have a grip strength between 80 to 110 pounds.
So now let's test my grip strength. 109.2 pounds.
Well, yeah, you got those giant man hands. Of course you have really, I mean, you've got hands bigger than most men. Of course you have really strong, really good strength.
I'm doing it again because I just like...
You are literally the size of a man. You are the weight of 2 football offensive linemen, and you have hands like the size of a heavyweight boxer. And she's surprised that she has heavy grip strength. You're built like a Yeti.
I don't believe it. 104. I guess I'm just really good at gripping things.
And isn't this the same woman her body is in so much pain that she can't barely even move her hands? She can barely move her wrists because she has so much inflammation. Does this look like somebody who's in pain just moving their body?
Because I just like don't believe it.
This is the same woman who couldn't even move her hand above her head.
104. I guess I'm just really good.
Well, there you go. There's an update on, we got more though. We got more. Let's go. We got more though. Hold on. So that's one video, but let's see. But Anna, she's like an Olympic athlete. So let's see Anna at an athletic event, right? A pickleball event where she goes to play pickleball, which is, does anybody know about pickleball? It's a sport. Spending the morning with JVN hair and PopFlex Active. Events always give me anxiety, but I've learned that part of feeling comfortable getting back out there is just doing it. Even if I feel anxious, I learned that for me, the more I put off showing up for things, the scarier they become. Influencer events have always been so overwhelming. Today I got one step closer to that not being the case. Oh wow, that's awesome. Here, let's see what the people at the event look like. Do you see Anna in this picture anywhere? Do you? Everybody in the chat, I'll give you a hint. She is in that picture, if you can find her. Okay, let me read your comments. Oh, I have the wrong picture showing. I'm sorry. There you go. Better one. Now you can see, you can look at her in the picture. This one. My bad. Sorry, Elisa. I got it loaded. Yeah, I do have the wrong pickup. I switched it up. Can you folks see her in there? This is her in the upper left corner. See her there? Upper. That's Glitter and Lasers. She just takes over any room she's in, right? Yep, back top left. Top left, yep, back top left. You saw her. Where's Waldo? You found her. And here is the video of the event. Let's see it.
This year is all about living big and doing new things. And so one of the things I've had on my list is to try pickleball. So when I got invited to this event.
So notice she gets to this event. She's like an Olympic athlete, like seriously. So she's going to grab some ice cream out of here.
For PopFlex and JVN, that was exactly that. I was like, I've got to go. When I got there, I realized I might be out of my depth because a lot of people knew what they were doing. And let's just say I learned very quickly that I am not a natural, but I stuck in there.
She's like an Olympic athlete. Look at her.
And let's just say I learned very quickly that I am not a
She does realize that you're supposed to throw the ball up in the air. You don't bounce it off the ground. Does she even understand that?
Out of my depth because a lot of people knew what they were doing.
Look at how she can't even bounce the ball. She can't even bounce. And look how she's standing on the side of her foot with her knees completely stiff. Her foot is completely on the side.
And let's just say I learned very quickly that I am not a natural, but I stuck in there. I kept trying, and eventually I did hit the ball. Success. I also finally got to meet JVN, and I left with a gift.
So yes, this is her version of the event. But we actually have pictures of this event from people who attended the event. I got these from Kiwi Farms. She's like an Olympic athlete, Elizu, basically. Yeah, she does like 3 miles every day in the gym. So let's... cringe. Thank you, Steady C. Perfectly said. So yes, let's show you from an independent bystander some videos of the event. Turn off the music here. So this is a video from somebody else who attended the event. Compare their video to Glitter's. This is the video of some other influencers who were there. I got this from Kiwi Farms. So this is the event. And they had some other plus size influencers there. And notice they're all wearing the same outfits. All right. So notice they're all wearing the same outfits. Let me switch this up. I got another one here. Hold on. Glitter in the wild. Wild glitter and lasers. Right there. Notice how she has so many friends, how she really gets along with all the other influencers there, how she fits in so well with all of them. She's totally not by herself. The skirts are kind of cute. I have no idea who that is personally. I have no clue, to be honest, but apparently Glitter and Lasers was excited to meet him. I think you got that right, Panic. So let's see what else we got here from this festival. We got a few other things. Hold on. So here's one more video from somebody else who's there. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. Let me switch it up. So here is the outfit that they actually sent all of the women for the event. They were all sent this outfit. OMG, are you so excited? The things in this package should bring you some happiness. When I started PopFlex. And anyway, hi, Drew. This apparently was for one of the other women who went there. They sent you a personalized card, and they sent you the skirt and the top. And I guess they probably asked you what size you wore because they were all different sizes. So anyway, here is Anna had to use her own outfit because she couldn't wear the let's do this one here. Okay. I think there's one more that I'm trying to find. Here we go. One more. Glitter's post about the event. One second here. And I think I have one last one here before we go. Oh, here's a good one. Here is a picture of a plus-size woman who was able to fit into the outfit that they sent. Here's the actual outfit that they sent. She is plus-size, and this is the outfit that they sent. And if you notice, Glitter had to wear her own outfit. She couldn't actually fit into that one. And finally, for this event, we have a edited versus an unedited shot of this lady. Check this out. This is the piece de resistance. The best picture of the night. Glitter, the picture she posted on the right, the candid on the left. What, do you notice a difference between these two? Look at the difference between these two. The one on the right is the one that she posted in her own post. Let me show it to you. Here. The Glitter's post, this is the picture that Glitter posted. This is the candid on the left. This is what Glitter posted on the right. This is the candid. Why the hell did she bother getting plastic surgery? My body is changing so much. I feel so magnificent after getting this plastic surgery. It's completely changed the shape of my body. But I have these tiny calves now. My arms and my calves are so small after getting the plastic surgery. Right? Right? I think this is a perfect thing to end it on. All right. I probably should have started it with this because this is the most damning picture of the night. Like, there's really nothing else you can say after this, right? Like, what else is there to say? Before and after lipo. Before and after filters. Welcome in, Lost Tamale. We're about to shut it down, but welcome in, though. And I hope you're having a good night. Yeah, this woman does not edit. Nope. She knows how to filter. She looked absolutely miserable. So much smaller now. 3 times the size. Good night, everybody. I've had a great show. I've had a great time tonight. I hope we've had a good show. I've had a lot of fun with you. Let me put on the music and we're going to start sending you out. That picture, though, perfect one to end it on. Exactly, Kat. See, notice how her fupa got bigger. She used to have, if you look at the before and afters, if you look at the before and afters, she didn't have a big fupa before. Now her fupa is getting big. Tragedy. And I wouldn't have such a problem with it if she wasn't pushing it on other people. But she's actively encouraging other people to follow in her footsteps. No problem, Lost Tamale. Glad you could make it in, though. And you have a wonderful evening. Sabin Nation, you too. Good night. Thank you for coming in. Kat C, thank you. Andrea, thank you. Nutty, you too. Shelly Daly, Steady C, Panic at the Bingo, Heidi Lindquist. Anybody who I missed? Dainty Wrists. Good night, Edna V. Lurkin, Tucker and friends. Have a great evening. Oh, thank you so much. Good night, everybody. You've been a fantastic audience. Be sure to like that stream, click that bell, and leave a comment if you're watching the replay, if you'd be so kind. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful evening.